So from the fields of Roundhill to Field of Gold himself, Juddmonte and John Gosden's superstar is the latest graduate to have come from Bobby and Honora Donworth's famed nursery here at Roundhill Stud, and it has been great to catch up with Bobby, reminiscing on how they got into the family in the first place and also selling Field of Gold at the Goffs November Foal Sale 3 years ago.
She went to stop with Princess Serena, and I remember distinctly by now because she was they were going around the auction house looking for somebody to put up their hand, and then they intervened, and Honora says, "You better put up your hand." And I says, "No, wait until the last minute. Wait till the last minute."
Dangerous thing to do in America.
Yeah, but we waited, and just as he said, last call, catalog went up and down. She was ours. So that was the start of it.
$150,000. I mean, it's a lot of cash, Bobby.
It was then, but I think we went out there to buy her, and luckily enough, it worked. You know, it doesn't always work, but it obviously it did that day, and we were delighted to get her.
She's daughter of Unbridled Song. Was that a big part in your thinking?
We didn't know an awful lot about Unbridled Song. I remember asking John Ferguson once about Unbridled Song, and he says, "We don't know enough yet. Unbridled is very good, but Unbridled Song we don't know enough about, you know." But she came, and sadly for us, she had, when she foaled, I knew she was in trouble. She had a dead foal, but they had a lot of that caterpillar thing in America the same year. So whether it was that or it was just travelling and everything, but it just didn't work out. But she got very upset over it all. I never forget how upset that mare got, and will be with me always, because she pined and pined and pined for months after it, and eventually she went and foaled, but it took a long time to get her back.
She was a real sort of kindly mum.
She was, yeah. She was a very kind mare, actually. Yeah, yeah. She's actually buried just outside the window there. So she's fond memories there.
It's been an amazing family in the last 20, 22, 23 years. I mean, it's been, to use that line, it's been like the postman. It's always delivered, you know, every year almost.
Yeah, thankfully her daughters did, and her granddaughters are doing it now. So it's very much alive, and we're very grateful for that. You know, she left us a huge legacy, with I don't know how many Group 1 winners have come up out of it, but quite a few. And I think it's still going to go on with several more, you know. Hopefully, anyway, because a few of the granddaughters have some very good 2-year-olds this year, so hopefully it's going to continue.
So you're going to enjoy watching the progeny of the family for many years to come.
Well, hopefully we'll try to keep the fillies now. We'll let a few of them go. But they're in good hands, thankfully. They're, you know, Godolphin have a few, Juddmonte have a few, and they're all in good hands. So, and we'll have a few ourselves, so we're happy enough.
And just take me back to when he was born, when Field of Gold was born, Bobby. When did you, was it like from the time he dropped, from the time he touched ground, did you know he was special? Actually,
I was taking the mare up to Fermoy to get covered. I think Honora was at the foaling, and she said she had a colt, a big colt, and I know she foaled around, I'd say 5 o'clock in the evening. She was very good that way, and it was a big foal, a good foal. It always had presence, had an awful lot of presence attached to him. So he was a bit special.
What made Honora and yourself use Kingman?
What made us use Kingman? Yeah, I think she wanted to use the Danzig part of it, because the family works with Danzig. Mostly that, and Kingman was a great racehorse. He was a fabulous racehorse, and I think we both enjoyed watching his races in a big way. So I think that was a big part of it.
And isn't it funny with Kingman and Field of Gold, both of their racing careers, they're almost a mirror image of each other, really, when you consider it.
They were. I think his races, I always thought he should have gone for the Dewhurst, but he didn't go for the Dewhurst, and then he got stuck in the mud. And I thought he was very impressive in the trial.
The Craven Stakes.
The Craven, yeah. I thought he was hugely impressive. And I honestly thought I couldn't see him being beaten in the Guineas. I had a nice bet on him now, and I don't bet. But I had a nice bet, and I could see it flying out the window about 2 furlongs from home anyway, but that's another day. So he got the Irish Guineas and looked very impressive, and was equally impressive in Ascot. I thought he was fabulous in Ascot, without a doubt.
He really was. I was in the crowd that day, and everybody unanimously went wow. And I mean, that was the 3-year-old miler championship. Really, you had the French 2000 Guineas winner in there, Henri Matisse. You had the 2000 Guineas winner as well, Horse of Godolphins as well, and Field of Gold. He didn't just win. And Colin Keane essentially had to send him on from quite a way out, because there was nothing really to match stride.
Yeah, he looked amazing in that day. And I'm sure if he hadn't got the injury that he got in the Sussex, I think his race, I would have said, it kind of took away a little bit, but I think the injury I think it took a lot out of him. It was a bit more than people know, because I remember speaking to John Gosden, and he was saying he was quite lame for a while, so.
His run at Ascot in the QE2 last month, that was a good run back.
It was, yeah, but I suppose when everybody was looking forward to, like it was in the previous race at Ascot, so it was a good run back, and I'm sure next year he will continue on the road.
And that's the thing, we get to enjoy him next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see him at 1.25 miles, but I don't think we're going to see him at 1.25 miles, but hopefully we will, because I think he's crying out for 1.25 miles. The family is 1.25 miles family, but it's not 1.5 miles family, but it is 1.25 miles, from 1 mile to 1.25 miles.
There's so many, and I think I'd read somewhere John Gosden had at one stage mooted the idea of an eclipse with him this year.
The Juddmonte with him, and obviously
sponsors horse in the sponsors race, which could.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll happen next year now. Hopefully.
That's the beauty of this great game. There's always another year, isn't there?
Well, there is, yeah. But yeah. I know it was great to have bred him. He was fabulous to have bred him, especially when we're at a stage where we're closing down the farm. But he has great memories, And for the family to have, she brought everything to the farm. And I suppose it's kind of emotional with leaving her and leaving the mare here and things like that. But that part of it is a bit sad, I think it's sad for both of us, but hopefully he'll keep the flag flying next year, and the projects will continue on. The rest of them will continue on to be racehorses next year. Although he had a lovely temperament, that foal. Oh, he had a gorgeous temperament. And he was, I know, as I said, we tried to buy him back, but obviously we weren't going to beat Juddmonte. But
when he was at Goffs as a foal, that was the first time we laid eyes on him, at Goffs, and you could tell he had the physique and the presence and the pedigree. He was everything. He was the big grey foal down, the big grey colt down at the end that Roundhill had. But even then, he just seemed to take it all so well, because when you're at the sales, those foals are in and out, and sometimes they're spending more time out of the box than in the box.
Yeah. But I know he made an awful lot of money, but I could still see him down the road, 12 months down the road, making an awful lot of money, because he had everything. I'd say he was the nicest project that came foal that we sold, and he certainly, I think he went on watching him as a 2-year-old. He looked you know, his temperament was fabulous, you know. Oh, it's just gorgeous. But the mare, that family do have a fabulous temperament, the whole lot of them, all the mares. If you walk into the paddock in the morning and go over to them, they come to you. And none of them, there's no kicking. You could be in the middle of them. Not one of them would kick. And there's daughters there that they'd all be together. There's Serena Storm, Serena's Queen, and Serena Symphony and Serena Symphony. And they'd all be there, and not one of them there'd be no bullying. You know, you could safely walk into that paddock and feed them, as you can walk into another paddock. You'd be lucky to get out with your life, you know, sometimes, you know. But no, they have a fabulous temperament. And he definitely had a beautiful temperament. And, you know, he'll pass that on to his stock too, which is great, you know.
Well, Honora, and you yourself be visiting France a bit more now to see how Tim is getting on in Chantilly.
Yeah, I'm told that's the case. And it'll be all right. It'll be grand. We'll be near... They're expecting their first child, so we'll be grandparents. And I think Honora would like to spend a bit more time there. And it's not going to be a huge change. The horses will be there, and I can go to the yard and, you know, go racing a little bit. And the yard is nice. It's a lovely yard, and Tim is a good trainer, and he loves it there.
That's an understatement. Good training. I think he's very good.
He will be top trainer down the road. I think he'll be one of the top trainers in France down the road. So it's nice to see that. I suppose that's the reason why the farm is probably being sold. But we need to wind down ourselves to kind of take it easy for a few years and enjoy life for a while. And it will be fine. We'll enjoy France, but we won't say goodbye to Ireland completely. We're going to keep the mares, and they'll be well looked after.
And of course, one of your great friends in the industry is our own chairman, Emer Mulhern.
Yeah, she is.
And she's got the privilege of consigning a few foals for you.
She does. A very good friend, Emer. And we have a nice filly, a Perfect Power, from the same family as Serena's Song going back, another branch of it in Camilla Pissarro. She's a nice filly. Hopefully she'll sell well. She's very correct. She's a first foal. She's a nice, powerful filly.
And of course, Bobby, you and Honora Roundhill, you've been great supporters of Goffs over the years. Field of Gold is an exceptional horse, but he's one of many high-class horses you've sold either at the Orby sale as yearlings or the November sale at Goffs. Really, why Goffs? Why have you kept supporting the company so much?
Goffs have a great team. They're very good at their job, and Irish breeders need to support the home industry. It's competition has to continue, and nobody wants a monopoly in it, and Henry doesn't give up, that's for sure. He will hound you day and night for a yearling, and he's getting the results now, and I think he'll keep getting them if he keeps hounding, and I'm sure he'll be hounding me again for many years, I hope. Okay, no, it's a great team, and we're lucky to have him. And I think it's important for the Irish bloodstock that Goffs get stronger and stronger, and hopefully they will. And they're bringing in a lot of people now from America, and they're getting the clientele. And that will continue, I'm sure. And
it's one of the amazing things about particularly flat racehorses. They're such a global product. I mean, quite simply, you can breed a horse in Ireland, and it can quite literally end up in any corner
part
of the world, northern or southern hemisphere.
Yeah. Well, as I said, they have a great team, and they have agents all over the world. And I think Goffs is a recognised place now to buy a horse, and some great horses have come out of it, like Field of Gold.